Okay, so today we're going to talk about two-step equations. In order to solve two-step equations, you have to be really strong in solving the one-step equations and knowing all the rules. When you have a problem like this, you're trying to isolate the variable. You're trying to get x by itself. So you kind of want to just have this imaginary line going down between the equation. You know that whatever's on this side is going to be equal to this side. Trying to solve for x, I need to isolate this variable x. If I have a minus 3, I can add 3 to get rid of the 3. So whatever I do to one side of the equation, I have to do to the other. Now I've pretty much gotten rid of my 3's. X is by itself. So x equals negative 5 plus 3, which is negative 2. To check for their answer, just go back and take this negative 2 and plug it in for x. So I'm going to say, instead of x, I'm going to say negative 2 minus 3 equals negative 5. And I know when I'm subtracting integers, I'm going to change it from a positive to a negative. Negative 2 plus a negative 3 is negative 5. So negative 5 is negative 5, and that checks. That's solving a one-step equation by using adding, addition, or subtraction. Now I'm going to show you a one-step equation with a fraction or division. We know that this is dividing n by 2. For this problem, you're going to, first of all, when you have a variable by itself, that just means that technically there is one n there. So this is like 1 over 2. To get rid of a division fraction, you want to multiply. To divide fractions, you have to multiply by its reciprocal. The opposite of 2 1/2 is 2 over 1. If you cross cancel, that leaves you with n. Since I multiplied this by 2, I need to multiply this by 2. So you're multiplying by the reciprocal of n over 2. What you do to one side, you do to the other. N equals negative 14. If I want to check that, negative 14 over 2 equals negative 7, and that checks. Negative 7 equals negative 7, and I check that. I'll do a couple more. Now, since you've done multiplying, you've done subtracting, let's look at when you have multiplication. So when you have multiplication, I have negative 8p equals 40. So this is being multiplied by p. What you do to one side, you have to do to the next. In order to get rid of this negative 8, I'm going to divide by negative 8. So if I cancel that, the negative 8 divided by negative 8 cancels out. What I do to one side, I have to do the other. Make sure that you carry over your negative. So now I'm left with p, because negative 8 and negative 8 is 1, equals 40 divided by negative 8, which is negative 5. If I want to check, I'm going to go ahead and take my negative 8 multiplied by negative 5 equals 40. Negative 8 times negative 5, 40 equals 40. Let's get into our two-step equations. So now I have 6t minus 7 equals 17. You always want to start with adding and subtracting. First you look to see if you can combine like terms. There's no like terms. Now I'm going to start with adding and subtracting. And the reason we do that is I could do division, but if I'm going to, because this is multiplied, if I'm going to divide by negative 6 all the way across, that's changing everything into a fraction, and that can get difficult. It can get lengthy. It can get confusing. So looking at the variable t, I'm going to try to work with everything that's around that t first. Looking at this, I have minus 7. So this is the easiest, plus 7, so negative 6t equals 17 plus 7 equals 24, and that's positive. So now I'm going back to like a one-step equation. Since this negative 6 is being multiplied by t, I'm going to divide by negative 6 and divide by negative 6. So this cancels out. T equals negative 4. If I want to plug it back in to check for my solution, so I will take my t t equals 4, and I'll plug it in for t here. So negative 6, negative 4 minus 7 equals 17. Negative 6 times negative 4 is 24. 24 minus 7 equals 17, so 17 equals 17. That checks. Let's try another one with decimals. So you use your same rules that you've learned working with decimals, working with fractions, working with multiplication, dividing, but you're kind of separating this problem, simplifying basically to make it easier. So I have my variables on this side. I have decimals being multiplied by the variable f. So we always look at combining like terms. There's nothing for me here to combine. The next thing would be to simplify my adding and subtracting, because that's always the easiest to work with. So I'm going to subtract 6.4. What I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So remember, the same rules apply. Now this is two negatives, so a negative and a subtraction. We say same signs, add them up. Let's add these up. I'll go off to the side over here. So I have a negative 8.48 and a 6.4. And I added my 0 at the end, so I have 14, negative 14.88. So adding them together, we're looking at the sign of the bigger digit, which is the negative 8. And that gives me negative 4.8f equals negative 14.88. I'm not done because I still have the variable f. So in order to work with this, I'm going to do the inverse of multiplication, which is dividing. Divide by negative 4.8 and divide by negative 4.8. Do not forget to take your positives and negatives with you. So once I divide that, I divide negative 14.88 divided by negative 4.8. If you want to really think about it, division and fractions like this, you can do long division, but this is the inverse of multiplication, so I know that these have canceled out and my f equals 3.1. And I know this because 3.1 times 4.8 will give me 14.88. And it's positive because this fraction is division, and when you have two negatives, it's positive. Remember I said if they agree in multiplication and division, it's a positive thing. If they disagree, it's a negative thing. So f equals 3.1. If I plug it right back into my original problem, I get negative 8.48. Here's a combining like terms problem. So we always look at, the first thing is combining like terms. The second, we look for simplifying with adding and subtracting. The third is simplifying with multiplying or dividing. So since I have 7x minus a 10x, we're going to turn this into an addition problem. So 7x plus a negative 10x, keep, change, flip. That gives you negative 3x. I get the negative from the 10 because it's the sign of the bigger digit, equals 15. So now I've combined my like terms. This is multiplication. I'm going to the inverse of multiplying, and that's dividing. So x equals 15 divided by negative 3, and that's a negative 5. The last problem I'm going to show you, I think that's it. All right, so that's a few problems that I've done. We've done combining like terms, we worked with decimals, we did adding, we did subtracting. Go on Big Ideas, go on 4.3, watch videos, do the practice problems, and that should be it.